Good evening, everyone. This is Katie Beverley, and we are here from the Circle City Sound Board of Directors with another episode of Inspire and Connect. Tonight, I'm here with our newly minted Circle City Sound Greater Indianapolis President, Aaron Bonar. So, Aaron, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm originally from Indiana. I'm from Terre Haute, Indiana. Went to college at Wabash College in Crawfordsville, and I sang with the Wabash College Glee Club when I was in Crawfordsville for all 4 years. After that, I did some graduate studies in Bloomington at Indiana University in Bloomington. I got my law degree and my PhD from IU Bloomington. And then after that, I started working for a while as a deputy prosecutor in Marion County. And then I have been an administrative law judge, first for DCS through the Office of Administrative Law Proceedings for the state. And now I'm an administrative law judge for the Natural Resources Commission for the state. Lifetime singer. My Aunt Jill was the choir conductor at the church we went to growing up. So I sang in her choir, and then I sang through middle school and high school in the school choirs, but that was about it. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah.
All right. So, Aaron, how did you find Circle City Sound?
Yeah, so I had been looking for choruses to join to sing because I wanted to keep singing, and I hadn't really sang. I mean, when I was in Bloomington, that was 7 years that I hadn't joined a chorus, that I wasn't actively singing with anybody. And so my now fiance and I, we were at Penrod Arts Festival in 2021. I think July of 2021 is when it was, June or July. And I was walking by, and CCS, Circle City Sound, had a booth, and there were 4 guys singing Barbershop. And Kevin Baylor, who is a longtime VP of membership, I went up and talked to him a little bit. I filled out the form. I came to practice, I think that next week, that next Monday. It might have been the Monday after that. It might have been 2 weeks. I can't remember. But pretty soon after, I came to a practice, and I was welcomed with open arms, and they gave me music. And I decided then and there that I was going to join. And I don't think I officially joined until November, like maybe early November, maybe late October. That's when I did my audition and everything and officially became a member, but I've been going to practices since July, pretty much.
All right, wonderful. I'm so glad that one of our sing outs brought us a new member. We're always trying to do sing outs to bring new members. So we're glad that we found you there.
Yeah, and I know we'll talk about that probably in a little bit, but I think the community engagement like that is really important for the chorus, because I mean, I know I came in that way. I want to say at least 2 other members came in that way. I want to say maybe not necessarily through Penrod, but through events like that, where we had a group of people out there singing, and guys like me were just interested in finding a group to sing with, and this is who we came across. So
yeah, wonderful. So what do you enjoy most about singing Barbershop?
There's a lot, actually. So I like the a cappella aspect of it. For the Glee Club at Wabash, for example, you almost always had a piano. I mean, we did some a cappella stuff, but it was probably 30% or less of our whole repertoire, right? Most of it was accompanied. So I like the a cappella aspect. I think that it sounds really great when you get guys together and they learn their parts really well, like we all do at the chorus, and it just kind of comes together beautifully in harmony. The harmony, speaking of that, that's another aspect I like. You get these really, we call them barbershop chords, right? You get these really weird kind of harmonies together that maybe at first sound a little, cacophonous, like they just don't actually go together that well. But then, you expand it, or you move up or down on the scale a certain way, and it just kind of resolves into this really beautiful chord. I think that's really cool. And then just the history of barbershop's interesting, just how it evolved. It's one of the really kind of original American art forms. I mean, that's something that it wasn't brought to this country by settlers or anything like that. This is something that kind of popped up, kind of like jazz, right? Jazz is another kind of uniquely American music form. And then just I think the final thing is just the fellowship. It's you don't have a lot of groups like this. There's a really good book by Robert Putnam called Bowling Alone. And he's a political scientist, and he talks about the demise of civic groups like bowling leagues and elk lodges and that kind of stuff. And I think this is one of those institutions that's still around that kind of fulfills that role. It gives people a chance to just go out and meet new people and make new friends. I think that's really important.
All right, wonderful. So, Aaron, as we said, you're our new president for 2023. And what are you looking forward to most in your new role with our chapter?
So partially, and hopefully I don't scare any of the other board members who might be listening to this later, partially it's still learning about the role, and it's kind of learning more about the course itself. I've only, like I said, I think I joined around November of 21. So I've really only been in the chorus about a year, a little over a year. So I'm kind of ashamed to say it, but I'm still learning people's names sometimes. I'll come across somebody in practice who I know I've seen a couple of times before that, but I didn't have the chance to go up and talk to them. So I'm still learning that. But I'm just interested to see what we can do now post-pandemic to not just grow the chorus in terms of membership numbers. I mean, I think we should keep pursuing new members. I think that's a core component of what we do and keeping the group alive. But also just in terms of opportunities, how else, like I said, can we engage with the greater Indianapolis community as a chorus, whether it's through sing outs or whether it's through, doing service, working at a food bank, for example, or, working at a soup, just how can we get the community to know that we're here and to take an interest in us more than they already do? And some of that's going to be through shows. Some of that's going to be through things like Singing at Wheeler Mission. But, I think that's what I'm most interested in looking at is how do we get, we always say we're the best kept secret in Indianapolis, right? I mean, not just musically, we're the best kept secret of any kind of arts group, we think, in Indianapolis. And it's time for the community to know about that. And I think that coming out of the pandemic, which kind of stifled every arts group a little bit, whether it's theater or music or, even just like a painting course or something like that, where you couldn't have people together. I think that kind of getting on top of that and I think getting on top of that and making sure that we get back out into the community is going to be pretty important. So that's probably the main thing I'm interested in terms of and what I hope to kind of guide with the board as the president of the board.
All right, that sounds wonderful. So, Aaron, is there anything else you would like to share with our audience?
If you're listening to this, if you came across a CCS either by talking to a member or something like that, and you have an interest in singing, join us. Come to a rehearsal. It's not as scary as it might sound. We're not going to expect you obviously to have the music memorized or to hit every note accurately the first few times you come. But don't be afraid of it, and just realize that it's a really bunch, it's a bunch of good-hearted guys, and we're all together because we love this art form, and that's the whole reason we exist. Without this art form, without that kind of sense of fellowship, we wouldn't be a chorus. So come join us, check us out. Even if you don't like to sing, come to our shows. We have a lot of free shows during the year. So if you want to come, I shouldn't say a lot, but we have a few free shows here and there during the year. So it's no risk. Come out and listen to us for a couple of hours, and then come to our other shows. Come to our annual show. Come to a Christmas show.
All right. Thank you so much, Aaron. And again, to all of our audience, in the link in the description today will again be our fundraiser link. So we encourage you, if you feel moved by what you heard from Aaron and I tonight and you would like to donate to our efforts, you're encouraged to do that. And with that, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks.